What's up, you guys? It's K-Mac here. Meant to do this earlier today. It's already 10 a.m. I felt horrible. You guys ever know that feeling when you wake up, you just want to throw up? I don't know. Me and my mom get that. And usually when I throw up, I feel better, but I didn't throw up. So I've just been like laying in bed feeling like shit. So I finally decided to get out, come outside, burn a little bit. Hopefully, help my stomach feel a little better. And ironically, I'd been waiting all day yesterday to do a Tophia video because I was totally free. But now I have to like go do some stuff soon. So I don't even know if I'm going to finish this in one sitting or if this will take me two sittings. I'm going to speed her up a little bit as usual. We're going to do to here. Actually, we're going to do this and see how it works. Um, Again, just gonna try talking over her more. I don't know what was up with the microphone yesterday, like why it would be staticky sometimes and why it's not others. I don't know why. If that keeps happening and gets worse, I'll just switch back to the microphone on the laptop. Although then that picks up the her feedback and stuff like that. Onto this for a second. It's plastic. Okay, there we go. All right. All right, let's go. Oh, and shout out to the usual. Shout out to Heinz Bug. Shout out to Tophia. Shout out to the lovely Tophia Archive. And shout out to Vocal, the Slug Cat, who's awesome. And then shout out to the people watching. Shout out to Rady. Shout out to Sumjing. And shout out to, hang on one second, guys. And shout out to Scottly Puff or Scootly Puff. I thought for a second I thought I didn't have the internet, but
I don't look older than my mother. Why are you just lying? It's like a halter and you just tie it like
someone was
that.
saying that
Wait
the
till
other
they
day.
hear my
I don't think she
plans.
looks older than
Because
Marie.
I'm
I
not
think she
telling the
could be the
internet.
same age as her,
Subscribe
though.
if you enjoy,
But
please.
Marie's
I
got
just
that
paid my
wine
phone bill.
smoker's face, you
It's
know.
the area, the
There's
Wi-Fi
no
is
way
not
she
good.
wasn't a smoker as
I haven't
someone
been
who
doing my
wasn't a
skincare, but
smoker. I'll
I'm
just tell you.
device overheating view cooling tips. My device is now
Yeah,
overheating.
see, the thing is, Sophia, doing your skincare but not showering is not doing
It
anything
slightly
favors.
is. How
Also,
does
is
it
this
know that?
her?
That's kind of creepy.
Yeah, her white. Okay,
I
it
didn't go to
is.
the beach. I went to the river. To the lake, actually. A
Okay,
man-made lake.
lovely, Sophia.
Anyways, guys, I wore my new bathing
A
suit, and I don't know if
man-made
you like
lake?
it.
She's bragging about they went on a trip to a man-made lake? It's not even like a natural body of water. What is this like toxic dumping
Slightly, just a
ground?
little bit. It felt like my butt was hanging out, and I was like, oh my god, I'm conscious. I was like, but it's okay.
Bro, Tophia was
It's okay. I gotta
self-conscious
get
about
used to it.
wearing a super, super tight bathing suit that does not match her body type at all, you guys. Wouldn't you be able? I
But
would be.
I was
I'm
just like freaking
self-conscious
out
right
just
now when I take
slightly.
my shirt off. It just
I was
doesn't
like, I should have brought my other one. Then I
compare
was
to
like,
how I
no,
looked
it's
like a
fine. I
year or
guess
two
it's
ago.
fine.
2 years
I
ago,
have
I
a
looked
pink
like
one
a
that's coming in.
fucking
It was one bar because
movie
I'm
actor.
stupid.
This is
My
my body.
prepaid service, I can't upgrade unless I pay $1,000. You got $1,000
What?
to pay.
Why can't you upgrade your phone plan without 1,000?
I don't. I'm
Man,
mad
why am I
too.
pausing
I'm
for this?
angry at the show. I'm angry at Netflix.
Why
I'm
would you
mad.
need?
I'm about to flip the table. I'm just kidding. No, I'm angry. I'm just kidding. I'm okay, but I'm
What is
mad.
she angry about? A
It's a
Netflix
show that
show?
someone
What
was
the fuck
watching
is
and
she
I said I
talking
would watch
about?
it. And it's a queer dating show, right? But why did I go search on TikTok like a dummy and found out that now Netflix is homophobic? Bruh. Now
How
do I
is
even want to
Netflix
watch the show?
homophobic?
Do I even want to finish? I was finally a show. And two other people from the
Netflix is
show said
homophobic?
that when the NDA, they said, how they're doing that trend, that's the Netflix documentary where they're getting ready to tell my story. Well, two of them was like, when the NDA is up and we're getting ready to tell our story to Netflix. I was just like, and
What are you
then one of the other
talking
girls
about?
was like, so they cut it.
If if they're telling their story to Netflix, what
They're no longer, they're homophobic. I was like,
I'm
do I
very
even want to finish
confused
now?
here.
No, I don't know.
Wow, one actor, actress said they had a bad experience with Netflix. So Tophia, she's gonna just boycott all of Netflix. No, she's not though, because she's so fucking selfish and lazy and narcissistic. She'd never do this to help another group who are being, let's say this is even is true, right? And Netflix is discriminating against
It's not do I
LGBTQ
even
people.
want to
She doesn't
finish.
care.
It's
She
I'm gonna
still watches
finish.
Netflix.
I have to.
It's not that I want to; it's that I have to. I mean, Netflix is homophobic. I'm bi, therefore I'm boycotting them. But I have to finish this Netflix show, so they're still gonna get another month or two out of payments from
Uh,
me. Man, what a
how does this happen to me? How do
really
I get
sticking to
excited for
your
something and then
morals.
find out that Netflix is homophobic? And
What do you mean?
so
How do you get
one
signed
of
up?
the
You
people from the
signed
dating
up
show
for it.
said
Nobody
that
signed.
they cut the show
Tophia,
because
nobody
they're
signed you
homophobic
up for
and they're not
Netflix. Let's
going
just
to
be
make
very clear on
any
that. Nobody
more
was like,
Korean
"Hey,
dating
Tophia,
shows. I'm
what's
like,
your
bro.
name, your
So
credit card
no, I
number,
want to
and all your
continue the show though
information so I
because
can
I gotta
sign
finish
you
for the
up for
plot,
Netflix?"
bruh. I
You
don't know. They
signed
were
up for
like, well, I don't know
Netflix.
if it was Netflix. I know they said,
She
well,
doesn't.
not
You guys, this is what I'm talking about when I make videos of her and why I have to pause so much. She doesn't even know if she's talking about the right fucking company. So what are you talking about?
Netflix, but they said they were homophobic because they cut the show and they said we're not. She was like, we're not storyline. Our relationships are not storylines. Are you kidding me? No,
Yes,
you
they
can't
are.
visit
There's
me.
entire movies
That's
about
kind of
relationships.
creepy.
What are you
So you
talking
can
about?
go 2 hours away. You can't see your mom. Who said I could go 2 hours away anywhere? I don't have a ride. I'm not the one who got a ride, and I can't ask someone to take me somewhere
Yes, you
because
can.
I have to pay for
People used to
gas.
ask
I
me that
don't
shit
have
all the
money
time.
because I
I just
paid my
tried to do it in
storage and my
exchange
phone
for
bill.
no for
I
money.
don't have a ride.
What are you
I
fucking
wasn't the one
talking
who
about?
paid for a ride to get to the lake. It's just so funny. So I'm a freeloader. First of all, a
You are
freeloader
a freeloader.
would be someone expecting a ride somewhere and not paying gas. Do you know how much
That's
that
what you
paying out was?
did!
And besides, I'm not spending money to not be able to see my mom. I've
That's
already explained
exactly
that
what you just
relationship and just.
did!
But anyways,
That's
I'm gonna say now you
amazing, you
looking.
guys.
I know from well, not from experience. Well, you consider
That's
something.
amazing.
I
That's
recently saw
great.
from
That's
someone that
awesome.
wanted to make someone
What
feel
a
sorry
quote.
for them, feel bad, put on a show so they could feel oh, I'm sorry, I didn't like, and that's what she wanted her to say. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. Ah,
What are you
that does
talking
look like
about?
it's maybe she's genuinely hurt. Then again, I don't think she is. I think she just wants that girl to feel sorry for her. Or really
What is
do
she talking?
blaming
Does
herself. Come
anyone know
on.
what she's talking about?
Well, I think a lot of people do that. As a matter of fact,
God, you
when the
stupid.
person
Fuck
you
you,
want
Tophia.
doesn't want you, then
I'm
you feel
just
like you're not
kidding.
good enough.
Seriously.
She's gonna feel like she's not
Why?
good enough. She's gonna judge herself, blame her. She ain't gonna be able to see that girl with other people. She's gonna be affected. I'm just saying. I don't
What
look
are you
older than my
talking
mother.
about?
Why are you just lying? It's
She
for
doesn't look
service.
older than her mother. People have been saying that, but I think they look equally as old at this point. Like she could be her mother's age, or maybe within 5 or 10 years. Her mother, though, the problem is her mother's face is lined like a fucking shriveled raisin. Like, I mean, like her mom looks like she's been smoking for 50 years.
At this point, you love that couple, so do I. Age play, does it look like I'm age playing? No. Yes, I paid my phone bill. It's because I'm on prepaid service. If people are using the data, it'll run slow. Or if you're in a certain area where the data doesn't reach well, it'll run slow. That's why I need
Thanks for
Wi-Fi, but
explaining
the
how
Wi-Fi's down. A little bit of
thanks for
oxygen for
explaining how
me.
phone service works for
Yes,
people,
they even
Tophia.
raised
None of
six
us had
thousand
any
dollars
idea.
off of my story. They literally, and I know it's a bunch of trolls that donated. They literally $6,000. That's not good for them. My brother needs to get buried. What? That's not good at all. That's messed up.
That's been
If
like
he
going
was
on a year
there,
and a
they
half,
wouldn't
two
have kept
years at
him.
this point.
I'm trying to do the best that I can, but I
It's
don't
been
got four
over
thousand
a
dollars.
year.
And unless someone's willing to pay, nobody's gonna help me raise four.
Wow, Tophia slyly asking people for $4,000. Hey, did you guys pick up on the fact that she wants $4,000? That was really slow. That was really slick,
thousand
Tophia.
dollars. I've already made several GoFundMe's and they just keep getting taken down.
Yeah, I
I
wonder
want him to
why.
get buried because that's what my mom wants.
Where
Why did you
is
say?
he
And she
right
wants him
now, by
buried
the
too
way?
because my
Because for so long you're freaked out about like keeping him with you because you thought he'd get stolen and like you thought people would steal his remains and you refused to put him in storage for some reason, even though as you love to say to people already, your brother be ashes, bitch. So like what the fuck what does it matter if he's in storage? It's not like it's gonna light him on fire a second time. There's no way the storage was hotter than the crematorium they put him in.
mom
So
wants him buried where his grandmother is at, and I want to fulfill.
you keep saying that, but you keep not. It's been almost like we're going on, it's over a year and a half, right? I mean, like, this
Delicious.
is
So why are
over,
you
well
acting
over a
like
year.
wanting someone buried is asking for too much?
No, wanting someone buried within a year and a half is not asking too
That was
much.
really weird. You're trying to tell me what. Oh, and now she wants him buried. Oh, so ungrateful. She's asking for all these things. God
You
forbid I want
are.
my brother buried so people don't steal him from my apartment because that's what you would love.
What apartment? Where do you have him right now? You don't have an apartment. What are you
I'm not gonna be
talking
able to
about?
leave.
Or wait, isn't she in an apartment now with roommates? She's worried about her roommates stealing her brother's ashes now. She's not even in, if she's even in a shelter, I don't even know where the fuck she is. But like nobody's gonna fucking steal ashes. What, they're gonna take it to the pawn shop? Yeah, we'll give you 50 cents for this Actually, we can't even take this because it's human remains and it's illegal. But you know,
anywhere without comfortably
no,
wondering if someone's gonna
like
break into the
what?
place and steal him. You're weird as
You
heck.
know, you guys see what I'm talking about when I say she's incredibly paranoid and delusional? No, no real, nobody's gonna steal ashes of some random person. What the fuck are you talking about? It's not like you're sitting there with Elvis's ashes or Obama's ashes. It's your fucking dead brother. Nobody else knows.
And the place he's at
This is
got
what I'm talking about.
security, so
Paranoid as
people are
shit.
weird. They
The
will
place he's at, he's got security. She did put him in the fucking storage after ranting for weeks and weeks that she wouldn't put him in the storage. She fucking put him in the storage. That's where he's got security.
steal someone's
He's in her
ashes.
fucking
I'm
storage.
trying to fulfill my
She's
mom's
so fucking
wishes.
full of it.
Something you
No,
wouldn't
you're
know.
not trying to fulfill your mother's wishes because you've earned $11. So let's say you didn't spend $1 for the entire year and a half since he's been buried. You would have a grand total of $180 out of the 4,000 you need. Wow. Great job, Tophia. Amazing.
When I get
Amazing
an
amount of money you
apartment, I
saved.
wouldn't feel safe leaving him in an apartment. I heard of this lady
Why?
whose her son's ashes got stolen. It was a little
I
boy,
heard of this
and this was
one
here in
person
Mexico, and
whose
they stole
son's
his
ashes
ashes.
got
I don't
stolen.
trust people.
One person
People
out of
do
the.
weird things.
Sophia, how many people do you think have relatives' ashes in their homes in the U.S.? Let's just say 25%. So, well, like fucking how many homes? Like, what would that be? Like 25 million houses have human remains in them? Yeah, they're getting stolen left and right.
You ever
You're
heard of Ed
just
Gein?
stupid.
You ever seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre? You ever seen the horror movies based off of Ed Gein? Yeah. Even
Ed Gain is first of all, I'm pretty sure it's Ed Gain if I'm not mistaken, not Ed Gein.
went to cemeteries
Someone was saying that she said it right too. I don't think that's
and dug
right.
people up. He's a grave digger. But
Dude,
there are
Ed
people
Gain was
crazy. They
over
will
a
find where you
hundred
live. They
years
will steal
ago.
somebody, and they
I'm
will
pretty
go.
sure Ed
I
Gain
don't
was
trust people. I'm
1920s.
not gonna trust people.
So literally a
Whatever his
hundred
name
years
was,
ago.
Ed Gein, Ed Gein,
Ed
whatever.
Gain,
It still doesn't matter. People are
Ed
creepy.
Gein, Ed
People
Gein,
are crazy.
whatever.
We
People are
shouldn't know about
You're
necrophilia,
so
but we do.
stupid. So
Necrophilia
what
is
are you gonna do? Just carry him around with you? And by the way, if you bury him, couldn't people go there and dig him up?
a
Like,
real
what are you
thing.
fucking
Why do you
talking
think
about?
Marilyn Monroe's body went missing?
Yeah, but nope. Okay, first of all, that we're not even gonna talk about that. Second of all, your brother is ashes. Nobody can sleep with his corpse. He isn't a corpse. He's a fucking urn of ashes.
For
You
10
guys,
minutes.
what
She
are we
didn't go
talking
missing for
about?
10 minutes for nothing. Marilyn Monroe's
That's
body went
disgusting.
missing for 10 minutes. Do you want to know something? That men are creepy. People are
You
weird.
think that just because they're about, first of all, I don't even know if that's true. And second of all, even if it is, you think that immediately means someone necessarily had sex with their corpse? This is what I'm talking about when I call her paranoid and delusional, you guys. This is not what a normal person would think. Oh, Marilyn Monroe's body went missing for 10 minutes. Well, obviously somebody grabbed her corpse, fucked it, and put it back within 10 minutes without anybody realizing what happened to it. It looked perfectly normal.
Necrophilia is
What the
sleeping
fuck are
with
you
dead
talking
bodies. People
about?
sleep with dead bodies.
You guys, this is
There's been
crazy.
reports of
Do you
people,
guys see what I mean when I say
right,
she's
that have
crazy? She's
passed
got
away because
way
another
more going
person
on than just
unalived
PTSD. This
them.
this chick
And
has
then the
schizophrenia
reports
or
find out
some
that that
version of
person
it.
had with
She's
the
fucking
body
out of her
after
mind.
they were not living. People are weird.
Out of her mind.
This isn't something new. And then the guy
It's
that's
not something
buried,
new. It's not something
two
that
of the
happens
most
though.
disgusting men are buried or in with Marilyn Monroe. You have Hugh Hefner on the bottom. If you look up Hugh Hefner and look up everything about Hugh Hefner,
You're talking
Playboy
about Hugh
Bunny,
Hefner on
you'll
the
know
bottom. Are you saying that his corpse is buried underneath Marilyn Monroe's, which would not be possible since she died way before him?
everything you need to know about Hugh Hefner. He's a whole creepo. And then you got a guy that's on
Okay.
top of Marilyn Monroe that's entombed face down. He's facing her face
How
down.
is this possible?
Why would some man want to be face down on top of Marilyn Monroe is weird to me. Why do you want to
It's
be
not.
on top
What are you talking about? Who the fuck sold the plot above Marilyn Monroe? And how did they get Hugh? You guys, this makes no sense.
of
How did they get Hugh? This doesn't make
entombed
any
with
sense.
someone
This is just
facing them face
nonsensical.
down? That's just.
This is
And
totally
then you got Hugh Hefner
nonsensical.
on the
This
bottom.
is totally not true. There's no way Hugh Hefner could be underneath her. They would. What? So Marilyn Monroe's family is like, yeah, no problem. Let's dig up her corpse, dig up her casket. Let's put Hugh Hefner underneath her, even though like they didn't have anything to do with one another because she was born way before him. And then let's put some creepy dude who paid us on top of her, and let's flip his coffin upside down so that he falls out of it. What are we
It
talking
does matter.
about, you
That's
guys?
creepy. And Hugh Hefner is a whole creepo. Look. Any
It's
man
just
that wants multiple women,
it's the
then you just
stupidest
got
thing I've ever heard.
I got that stupid song stuck in my head because
They
I said
sell
that
plots and
because
graveyards.
I
I know
went
this because
into
my family has a
because I said
couple
people are
left.
creepy,
They're not gonna
and
let
that's
me
why I don't
bury
trust
myself on
leaving my
top of
brother's
my
ashes
grave. Tophia,
if we get
what
a
in the
place because
fuck
someone
was
will break
that?
in and steal him. It went into people being creepy.
They can't
I don't
bury
even
someone on top of someone
so
else. That
that's
would be a
why I
shallow
left the
grave. They
trend.
would come out in the fucking rain. What
I
are you
talk about
talking
anything. I really
about?
don't care. That's what I told Nova. Huggies or Pampers. So funny. It's true he likes to wear diapers. Which one's better? Women should be feminism. Does that make any sense? Do you believe women should be feminism? That makes no
Women
sense, the
should
question you're
be
trying to ask.
feminism.
I do really talk about anything because I'm not
Tophia,
afraid to talk
finally
about
criticizing
everything and
someone for
anything.
their
Why should I be
English.
afraid? Because he pisses in
You
his
are
diapers and
afraid
continues to wear
of
them.
a lot of
And
shit.
then
You're so afraid that when people approach you while you're streaming, you fucking turn that shit off. You're such a fucking pussy in real life. You act hard as shit on the internet and dump on people for doing that, but you're a fucking pussy. If someone came up to you in real life and tried to step to you, you'd run away like a scared little bitch and call 911. Oh, fuck the police, ACAB, but she'd be the first one dialing 911, praying that the police showed up so that she didn't get the shit smacked out of her.
says he
Promise you
can't
guys.
do that because
I
it's
know
too
people. I knew people exactly fucking like her when I was using that were around, like people that used and stuff, and like we're always like like snooping on them and shit, like trying to get them caught and shit like that. One day Tophia's gonna snoop around the wrong person and she's gonna get her fucking face rearranged. I'm telling you
expensive
guys, like.
to sit in a pee diaper because the amount of times he would have to change his diaper if he peed in it would be costly. Why are we talking about peeing? I
Well,
didn't
it
pee in
depends
no
how many
bed.
times.
He peed in diapers.
I didn't pee in no
Nova,
bed. Where did that come
he
from?
said he
What?
likes
I
to sit in
clearly
his
now I
diapers.
clearly think you
That's what
peed in
he
the
said
bed.
on his Discord. And he said that he couldn't do that because it's too expensive. Of course it's expensive. Do you know the amount of times he
That
would
would
have
be
to
less
change?
expensive, by the way, because if you sit in the pee ones, then you don't have to change them every time you pee. You only have to change them every time you take a shit, which is usually like once, maybe twice a day. That'd be a lot cheaper, actually.
Because he can
So,
only sit in it for so long before he
like,
starts getting some sort of rash. And then at that
it's called
point,
diaper rash.
that's
How do
weird
you
in of
not even
itself.
know
And
that
he sucks on
wearing a
binkies.
diaper gives you
So,
diaper
are you
rash?
taking those boss daughter videos seriously? I'm not part of the mafia. Those are funny
Nobody,
boss daughter
trust me,
videos. I
nobody
never
thinks
said I
you're
was
part
part
of
of
the
the real
mafia.
mafia. It's a
Nobody
comedy.
thinks you
It's
are.
meant
You don't look like someone that would be part of the mafia. You don't look like someone that would be part of anything, any part of gang, anything like that. Actually, she does look like she could be like a gang enforcer, but she's such a fucking girly girl coward that she never could be.
to be funny. Nowhere did
Such
I
a
say I
fucking.
was really part of that.
Tophia
I
is
don't
such a
mind the
fucking
association
pussy,
with
you
that.
guys.
And
Like,
actually, someone
she's
told
such
me
a fucking
because
coward. She loves talking shit
no, don't
online, but if anyone
call me
fucking
stupid.
stepped
It
in
might
her
be a little
real
bit.
life, she would fucking
But
go
someone was
running.
like, the mafia is real. And then I was like,
Scared.
no, the mafia ended a long time ago. Because I thought
The
when the Al
mafia didn't
Capone
end
era,
a long. What? Okay, I'm from New York. The mafia still very much exists. One of my uncles was arrested in a mafia sting in 2009 as part of a gigantic gambling ring. I could tell you guys the name of it right now too. Uh, Gambling sting 2009. I could tell you guys of it right name of it right now. No, this is wrong. There was a gambling arrest in a large. Uh, Not gonna pull up my uncle's name, but this is a real fucking thing. I'm from New York, and this was a fucking huge deal at the time. It was a huge gambling ring that. So what the mafia was doing at the time is like they were kind of the Operation Betting. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Genevieve's crime family. This one, this. I'd be shocked if my uncle wasn't arrested in this part. But he could have been arrested. I'm pretty actually, yeah, it was this. He was arrested in the Queen suit. I'm not gonna give specifics as to why, but basically what they did back then is they kind of had like early offshore sports betting accounts. So like what would happen is you would so like back in the day wire rooms, you'd be given a number by the people who took book, and you'd call in with your number and say how much you wanted to bet. That number was basically your ID card. So what they started doing is they started hosting these kind of cheapo websites online, where it was really basic. You just put in your number and put in how much you're betting. So that way, these wire rooms were now offshores instead of being located in the country where they could be raided. But the people, a lot of these people still took book through cash. So like they would put the number online, but they would have to give the cash to these people in person. And my uncle was, as someone who's lived in New York City his entire life, and is very familiar with the area that these things are happening in, Shea Stadium, Yankee Stadium, for some reasons I won't go into. He's very, very familiar with both of them. He was someone that was basically like a runner, that was basically moving money between people. And so he actually got off. He wasn't even convicted or found guilty. He definitely should have been, but he wasn't. So Tophia saying that the mafia doesn't exist is insane. Just because they're not huge in Albuquerque, because you guys have other gangs like the Aryan Brotherhood of Texas and shit like that. Like you guys have way other problems out there than the
I thought
mafia.
that's
But the mafia
when the
very much
mafia
exists
had
in New
ended.
York, and its
Was
power is sort of waning. I mean, The Sopranos talks about its power waning, but its power really started just waning in the 80s and 90s when the Sonny Frances gas scandal like kind of broke. Because that was how they were. That was late. Might have been later 90s, mid to later 90s. But that was bringing in millions of dollars for them, like way more money than anything else was. So
Al Capone.
she has no idea what
They're
she's
like,
talking
no, the
about. She
mafia still
thinks
exists.
the
I should have known
mafia
that.
ended
They'd
with
come
Al
for you.
Capone.
That's nothing to joke about. I would def not joke about that. How attractive do I think I am? I don't even know. I wouldn't.
Liar.
No, in a sense, well, not joke about it, but in a sense of saying that I am a part of that when I'm not. That's something that you don't go around claiming. Those are videos that is being funny, but that's not me actually believing that I'm a part of that. There's a
What?
difference. If I was going around
Yeah,
saying I'm a
no
part of that,
shit. But if you're faking it, that's just as bad to them. How do you
that's really
guys? Does she
gonna get
not?
me. I
Whatever.
probably
I'm
will just
sorry I
end
went off
here
on
right
my
now.
tangent just to
Some
prove that the
people will say
mafia is
they're a part of a
real
gang
and
or
my
something,
fucking
or some people
family
will
is real.
say they're a part of this
My dad's
just to
not.
make
We're not
themselves look
Italian,
cooler.
but that's
But when
definitely
these people
Irish.
start
So
going
he's
after
kind of
them,
in
and
the
these people are
mafia.
like, you ain't never a part of
Again,
this, why are you claiming this?
his
I would never
familiarity
claim to
with
be a
the
part of
area
something that I'm not.
made him
Those are just jokes,
ideal to
and
be a
people know
runner.
those are made to be funny
I have
videos.
no fucking idea
Those
how
are
he got
not me to
off.
say,
I
oh,
have
I
no
really am
idea
a part
still
of this.
to this day
People could
how
tell
he
the
got away with it.
difference. You go,
Good
if
for
you don't
him, you
know the
know. Like
difference,
fuck it. It was
then
just
you got
gambling. Gambling
issues.
is now
Get ready
legal
for my
in New York.
well-being,
It's
while I'm
legal, so
good. It
fuck
is satire. I'm not trying to claim to be a part of something I'm not. People already knows that, so I didn't choose to take
anyway,
a
that's
road
my
trip. I
crazy
didn't
story for the
decide to take
day.
that road trip. That was not my
Like
idea.
Tophia acts
My
like she
life
has
is
social
sad.
media
Oh,
for
it's
the
so
same
sad.
life.
I
All
went to
she's
the
done is
lake
like lay
yesterday.
around her
I'm
fucking room.
so
My family
sad.
is
Right
wild.
back at
Both
you.
sides of
Sorry.
me. You guys have
Don't
no
worry.
fucking
Girl
idea, and I'm
listening
the
right now
black sheep.
explaining into so much. I'm not explaining. I just said they're
My
jokes. That's
family's
all.
crazy,
I didn't
man.
choose
Both
to go.
sides.
Does it look like I
Out of
have a
their fucking
choice? I don't think
gourd
so.
savages.
So I got into the lake. It wasn't even that deep. I didn't go to the deep end. Oh heck no, I would have drowned. I'm a grown. Yes, I'm a
Tophia
grown
didn't go
adult.
to the
First of
deep
all, if
end
I'm in
of
a place and I
the
refuse to
lake.
go somewhere, I gotta get out. I don't know if you know that. Yes, I'm a grown adult, but I'm not gonna choose
So
to
what are
live
you
under a
gonna
bridge.
do? You're gonna like call an Uber at the lake to run away from it and go back to the place you can't enter until everyone else returns. What are you
Because you
talking
want me
about?
to. Well, I can't.
You're not gonna live under a bridge because we want you to. You're gonna live under there because you get less rain.
But my swimsuit's still wet. We need to get a washer because the washer's broken and I gotta wash my
You don't need
swimsuit.
to.
I would take a
You
screenshot
want
from
to
Temu and
wash
show
your.
you, but then TikTok will say I'm trying to sell outside the app. If you look up red swimsuit, it's a red swimsuit on Temu that has this.
If you
It
just
has
look
a
up red
cover
swimsuit
up.
on Temu, you
I thought
guys.
it was a full shirt. It's not. It's cropped, and it says cherries or something on it, and it has a
If you search
cloth
red
cover up,
swimsuit, look for the one that
and then
says
it's the red
cherries,
top and
crop
red
top,
bottoms.
and a red
I got a
top and
pink
red
one that's
bottom.
coming that looks like pink denim. I can't show you because my thing is wet. My
She
swimsuit's
got, oh my god, that crime she was committing against those denim
wet.
shorts.
Let me go get it, and then I will show you.
War crimes, you
But not to
guys.
wash
War
it
crimes.
because our washer's
This is not
broken, so I
bad
can't
timing.
wash
Actually, this
anything.
is kind of
So
bad timing
hold
for
on,
me.
hold on.
Don't
I
know
am
what to
not
watch.
putting it on.
I
No,
thought it was doing
someone
better.
has said something,
That long
and
pause, I think, about
what
my
do you
uncle
mean? It's not that
leading to
bad.
it.
Look,
But just to
once
prove
you
how
will see,
stupid
it's not.
Tophia is, like, and that was
Ready?
fucking, that was
It's still
16
kind of
years ago
slightly
now,
wet
you know? Like,
because
that's
yeah, I gotta wash
2009,
it.
fucking
But it comes with
2026.
this cover up. It's like a cropped
My
cover up,
uncle was
and
arrested
it's
for that.
cherries, and
But the
it
mafia
says
still
"Have a nice
exists,
day."
especially
It
in the
says
area that I'm in,
"Happy,
like
have a
the
nice day,"
DMV.
but it
'Cause
says
they're
cherries,
almost not,
and it
like,
says
compared to how they
"Happy,
used to be, they're very,
have a
very
nice
small.
day."
So,
It's a
but they're
cover
still
up,
there.
cropped.
Trust me.
Then pick it up
They're
when I
still
can.
there.
There's this. Obviously, you can tell it's wet because I have
And
to
the
wash it.
Genovese
But
family's
there's
like
this.
probably
It's like
the
a halter, and you just
biggest,
tie it like that. Anyways, and
maybe the
then you tie
second
it in the
biggest,
back. And
maybe
then these,
Argentina.
which it's wet, guys. It's
Those are
wet.
like the
I
two.
know. I just gotta. I know.
Or was it the Gambia? I
So
don't
it
know.
goes like
I can pull
this.
up the article
So
for
you
this
wear
again.
it like.
I promise you guys. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm not putting it on, guys. I need to. and then you stopped. Have a
Oh
nice
my
day. I think it says
god.
happy, have a nice day. But it says cherries. And it says happy, have a
I couldn't
nice
see
day.
it for.
It's a
Oh
cover
my
up quote.
god.
Then pick it up when I can. There's this. Obviously, you can tell it's wet because I have to wash it, but there's this. It's like a halter and you just tie it like that. Anyways, and then you tie it in the back. And then these, which that's wet, guys.
Oh
It's wet.
my god.
I just got. I know. So it goes like this. So you wear it like.
No, thanks for showing us that you wear a bathing suit, Tophia. You're nobody, you're no one, so
I'm not putting it on, guys. I need to
thank you
wash it. It needs
for
to be
that.
washed. Anyways. So you like it? I like it too. I don't know. I felt like they were, but someone said that it was okay. I don't know. I wasn't
Ooh, they were
expecting that.
lying to you.
I just was a little self-conscious, if I'm being honest. A lot of self-conscious. I was very
I would have been
conscious.
too.
It was cute. I think it was.
If
I
you
just
say
gotta
it's
wash it
cute,
so
why
I'm
were you
ready
so
for when I go
self-conscious about
swimming
it?
somewhere. I don't know. The next swimming. I have a
The
pink
next
one
time
that's
she goes
coming.
swimming,
I
you
couldn't
guys,
decide between which one I wanted, so I got
she
both.
goes swimming
It's
all the
not that
time.
bad. It's
That's
not really
crazy.
revealing, so you ain't gotta worry. No, I didn't take any pictures. I was going to, but then I couldn't, so I was like, no. Yes, because Temu
You
sizing
couldn't.
is
You couldn't take pictures at the lake? Why? What?
different for plus sizes, so they have weird
What?
sizing. So I connected to the
She
Wi-Fi,
couldn't
but
take
the
pictures
Wi-Fi
at
is
the
off.
lake?
I did the airplane mode to see if that would work, because
The
sometimes
air
that works. Well, I don't really
airplane
care.
mode works?
Goodbye. I
Connect you
didn't
to the
decide to go on a
internet?
road
Guys,
trip.
am
I
I
just
having a
literally
stroke right now?
explained.
What is
Do I
going
have
on
to
these
say
last two
it? You need
sentences?
to leave. A face nobody could love. Cool. I didn't know that. Yes, it was a free trip. I
Now
didn't
you
pay for
do.
anything. Why are you asking if it's a free trip? I didn't decide to do anything. It's either I decide to do it, which I didn't decide. It's either
I didn't
or I go
decide to
live
do
under a
anything, but
bridge.
it's either I
You
decide to do it
decide.
or
Why
not.
would I want to live under a bridge? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Then
Well,
I
it
really won't
shelters
see
you
my
from the
mom at that
elements.
point. Then my mom really won't see me because she won't make it. She'll have a heart attack because of her high
Back to
blood
her
pressure. You
back
just
to her
really want
mom
my
not
mom to die,
making it
don't
much
you?
longer. I swear to fucking God, she talks about this like all the time, how her mom's not much longer for this mortal realm.
That's what you guys really
Like how
want.
she's
I
about to
didn't say I
shuffle
wanted my
off her
mom to
mortal
pass
state.
away. You said that.
No, you've said it like a million times how she's going soon,
Don't put words
Sophia.
into my mouth. You're over here telling me
I
that I'm
have
supposed to
literal
just
video
cause her to
evidence of
have
you on
problems
this
because I'm under a
shit
bridge. She
because
knows why
I've
I can't
called
visit
you
her.
out
I've
on
already
it like a
explained that.
dozen times. It's like the
Well,
weirdest
go
comment
ahead.
I've ever
She's not
heard.
living with me. She's in a
Well, she
shelter. You
says it
could do
all the
whatever you
time too.
want,
It's
Fly
so
Jai.
weird.
I really don't care. They're
Yeah,
not gonna
well,
see that I did anything.
because
Go
he's my
ahead.
mom.
What are
It's
they
just
gonna
like the
do?
weird. Whatever.
Nothing. And you know what? It's a good thing that you called them because I'm gonna tell them the way that the shelter's treating her. So thank you. I'm gonna let them know. Thanks for helping me. I'm a danger to her well-being. How am I a danger to her well-being if she's not living with me? Wait till they hear my plans, because I'm not telling the internet. And when they hear what I had to say,
Yeah,
you're gonna be in trouble for wasting resources. Trust me. Falsely calling on someone is crazy. And when I tell them, wait, just wait, you're gonna get in
water
trouble.
out.
So, I'm not going to see BTS. I don't have the money. Why are you asking what BTS show I'm going to? None. I don't got money for that. No,
Because
because
you've
I'm
done
gonna
it
tell them
before
the
without
truth. And when they hear the truth,
evidence.
you're just gonna get in trouble for lying. What did I eat? Food that I brought, which was a peanut butter sandwich and some chips. I don't got money. Go ahead. Tell people to
You
call.
just
That's
Your last video was you devouring fucking 15 a patty melt, which probably cost about $15. I estimated 15. I said 10 for the patty melt, 15 with the drink and everything. Vocal was right on. He was same page club as me, bro.
not gonna
He
work.
was right on the same
I got
dollar.
people that works in the city that will advocate for me, so you could do
Ooh.
that, but it ain't gonna be
Can you
good.
name one
I'm
of
a
them?
tattletale.
And it's like, well, it's not safe to name one, and but they're literal public servants if they work there, so like their name is stamped all over
It's
everything.
not tattletaling.
Also, you are a tattletale. Your last video is you ratting on a kid in school, so.
They're gonna know, right? I have to explain to them that I'm getting
Also, the
harassed on
fact that
social
she reacted to tattletale, not rat or snitch or anything like tattletale. Once again, she's like in sixth grade. You guys, she's
media.
like five or fifth
They need
grader.
to know why they're coming here. They know somebody called them. I'm not stupid. I know who it was because that person said they called them. It's not tattletaling. They gotta know why they're being called.
I'm not stupid. I
All I gotta
believe the
say is, hey,
first
look, I'm
person
getting
that
harassed.
said
And
they
all I
did
have to
it.
do, thank you, because I'm gonna show them all the messages that you said about my mom and all the death threats we've been
Can
getting and
they show
everything
all the
else because I've
messages
got
that you
proof.
said about
Call
other
them. I
people's
really
moms
don't
being
care.
active?
And then I'm gonna notify them last time about how one of their
If so, that'd be
employees
cool.
treated my mom. So thank you. You're doing me a solid. Do you think that's gonna work? The city is helping to get me housing, me and my mom. So
How?
if I was
You're
harming
still in a home. You've been in a homeless shelter for a year and a half. Where is the housing?
my mom, they wouldn't be helping me. I've got people to back me up. And not
What
people that works
people?
for adult protective services, because let's get that 100% clear, because I don't need people calling saying she's got people that work for y'all. So be careful. You could go say that all you want and do this, but
What?
that's not what I mean. Actual people that
So
has proof to back up that I'm not trying to hurt my mom.
actual
Like
people
people
that
that
has
will help
proof to
the
back up
truth,
that I
not
wasn't gonna
lies, the
hurt
truth.
my mom.
Because I know people are gonna go over and say she's got
Who?
people that works in adult protective. That's not what I'm talking about. I think we both know. So I'm not
I
going to.
I don't know at all. This is again back to that extreme paranoia and delusion. She has no people. Trust me, you guys. She has no one. This is all in her head. This is insane.
Gotta get ready and get into bed
Like,
too.
trust
I
me,
don't have
you
a pimple
know.
on my
Like, what are
face.
you
Not
talking
anywhere. Not
about?
now. I have this mole, which I never had that came about. I don't care.
I had this mole, which I've never had. It came out. It's definitely not a pimple. I just magically all of a sudden have this mole on my face after being alive for 33
Much
years.
about her because she's in the shelter. I can't afford like
Got this
the
mole
living.
on my face, you guys. All right, back guys. Again, I know it's instantaneous to you, but I was gone for a little while.
No, sorry, it's onion.
So,
I hate the smell of
I,
onion.
by the way, came up with
I
a
don't
great
like
title
onion.
for
I hate
this
the smell of onion.
video.
I didn't have any hot
That
dogs.
was
I
coming back
literally
to
just said that I
you.
had a sandwich, a peanut butter sandwich with
Oh, my
chips, and
stomach!
I
You
have some
guys, my
M&Ms.
stomach
That's
has
like
been
fine.
killing me all day. I wish I would have
All
like
right, I
thrown up
guess I can't
something at
complain.
this point. I
It's
would have felt
free,
better.
especially you have to understand if someone's living rent free, why are they gonna provide that?
I mean, the way you're living rent free in Santoki's head, or sorry, I'm sorry, uh, vice versa. Santoki living rent free in your head. Oh shit, son, that's rent free living
You're
right
living rent
there.
free, so you shouldn't have any bills to
Santoki
pay,
living
which
rent
means
free
you
in
should be
your
able to
head
afford those things. Hello, use your common
24/7.
sense.
Without you
My
being
stomach
deep.
is hurting. Honda Civic. I didn't have a Honda Civic. It was a Honda Accord, I think,
My
not a
stomach is
Civic.
killing me.
You didn't have a
She doesn't
Honda
even
Civic?
know whether we
No,
can
I'm not
afford
at
the
Joy
Civic.
Junction. Joy Junction doesn't help people. I've already said that. Joy Junction
Okay,
only
well,
helps
oh,
families, not people.
oh, just
A lot of
families.
these places aren't helping people, they're helping families.
Yeah,
A
no
little.
shit. You guys, how many times have I said that even in this video alone? Like they're always going to put the family before the individual. Like, right? You have a homeless family of four, you have a single person. The homeless family of four wants the same apartment that the single person wants. Just from a utilitarian standpoint, philosophically, if we're looking at the ethics of that, utilitarianism, who benefits more, the single lazy person like Tophia who won't even work 40 hours a week, or the two parents who are homeless, maybe because they lost their jobs and have two kids with them as well? She will never move up this list because those people will always keep going ahead of
But
her. That's what I keep trying to
there's regular
explain.
people that are not families.
She
If
will
you're not a
never
family, they're
move
not
up from
helping
like
you.
the
Not
bottom
even giving
10%.
any information on my
If
location.
that, if maybe
I
bottom
just literally said
five,
I'm not
like
there.
it
I
really
have to
depends
say
on how
something. They're
many,
gonna call Joy
the
Junction and see if
percentage
I'm
of
there,
homeless,
and
like
then it's
single
gonna end
versus
up like the
family
last
live
place
there.
where they
But
say she's not here. She's never been here. I
just for the record, I have had to call a shelter before when my dealer wasn't answering, and like he had just changed his phone number too. It was like when he threw away his phone and got a new one, he told me he'd done it. So like I had no way of contacting him. I was bugging out. I was sick as hell, and like I tried calling the Y where he was at, and they were like, I was like, oh, is such and such there? And they're like, we don't have a resident named that because I didn't know I didn't know his real full name. I only knew part of his name and his street name, and his street name is always what I call him. I don't even want to really put him on blast, even though it's been years, because he was a cool dude. But like I don't even want to say his name, but he was a cool dude. But I tried calling and ask about that, and I was like, okay, well, is there anyone that goes by that name there? And they specifically told me that they can't give out the information of residents. So the one time I tried calling a shelter, specifically a YMCA, they told me that they can't give out info on
I
residents.
know people have spies in Albuquerque. I'm not
So
stupid. You don't think when I go somewhere,
when
someone's
I've
always
this
catching
when
me?
I've tried calling, and this wasn't like me trying to call as a troll, right? This was me trying to call to get my dealer on the line. Like they told me that they couldn't
Somewhere
give me
filming
info.
me.
So
I waited till I left the place to post. Whenever I go somewhere,
I
I don't
usually went
post
and
when I'm
found his
there. I wait till
car
I
in the
leave.
nearby. Like I
I'm not
knew
an
he only
idiot.
parked in
I
two
know how
different
things
spots,
work.
so like I went.
Whenever I
He
go
doesn't
out
park there
somewhere
very
to an
often.
outing or I go out
Like
doing
I went and
something,
I
I don't
found where
post
his
till
car
after.
was at, and I
When
put a
I'm
freaking
around certain
note on
people, I don't
it.
film at all for reasons. If I'm
Dude,
with
that's how
someone
fucking
that
sick
I
I was,
know,
you
I
guys.
won't
I
film
fucking
around. But if
found
it's
his
somebody
car and
that's
I
okay
put a
with me filming,
note
but if
on
it's
it.
somebody that's not, then
I
no.
was like, yo,
And I
man, call
definitely
me when
won't
you
post
get
it
this
till
note when
after
you come
I
to your
left.
car.
So because
I was
some
like, I
people
hope
don't
I
want to
didn't
be on
fucking
social
lose, like,
media,
like,
and I don't
I
think
was
it's
like,
their
I literally
place,
wrote, like,
and
hope
I don't want
nothing
to
happens
film.
to
I
you.
didn't.
Anyway,
I
sorry, more
couldn't
interesting.
have.
We're supposed
I
to be in
can't
Tophia,
tell
so
someone
fuck.
to take me somewhere. They're not going
But
to
she's
take
still
me.
saying the same
That's
thing
not
as she
how
was
this
before.
works.
That,
They
oh, they
don't
only
give
do
you free
family
rides. I don't
assignments.
got gas money to be paying someone to take me all the way over there. $20 isn't gonna cut it. Gas is high.
No, she's back to talking
They're
about
not
it.
gonna drive me way out there.
I had to just take an Uber to the airport from where I live. And again, I told you guys I live about 20 minutes north of. Actually, not even. It's about 15 minutes from where I live to the Bronx because I'm finishing my degree down there in the Bronx and at a CUNY college. And I'm like maybe 10 minutes from 242nd Street. For anyone who knows New York City at all, it's like the very, very, very north end of the Bronx. I'm like maybe 10 or 15 minutes from there, so I can head maybe add another 10 to 20 minutes, depending on traffic and green lights and stuff, and the little bridge you got to go over, the traffic on that. So yeah, I mean, it like, and to go all the way to the airport, which was like fucking 40 miles or something, was $100. Like I swear to God, from where I am to the south end of New York City is not that much in miles, like again, if you were driving it like on the highway and there's no like traffic or anything like that, you could get down to the bottom of Manhattan really quickly. Like
I
it's
already
not a very
said
long
why I couldn't.
distance. But the main airports here are LaGuardia and JFK, and I'll just say I was using JFK, and that's kind of far from where I live. Like I said, that's about 30 to 40 miles, and they charged me $110, you guys, with Uber Comfort too, because I hadn't used Uber in like fucking months and months and months, so it was the same cost. So like I got someone to drive me there in a Tesla, and yeah, that was $110 with the and that was to an airport, which is already more expensive and experiences that bullshit dynamic pricing. And it was like 30 to 40 miles away. You're trying to tell me that an Uber to your mom's place, like, which is within bus distance. Again, you guys, I used to take the bus to and from work. I know that some routes can go really long. I don't know any route that goes fucking four. Actually, that's not true. I know one. It's called the Tappan Zee Express, or it might be called the Mario Cuomo Express now. And there's one bus that goes over the Tappan Zee or the Mario Cuomo. It's the bridge north of the George Washington Bridge. It's the next crossing of the Hudson River from New York to the other side of New York and to New Jersey. It's like right at the edge of New Jersey when you cross over. And that's the only bus I know that goes. It doesn't even go that far, 40 miles, but it goes over that bridge, which is, over the whole. Anyway, sorry,
Stay
I'm
at the
pausing.
shelter my
I'm
mom
pausing
is
going
at,
on
Danny.
track,
I got
but
suspended
my
because of
point is, like, even that bus, which takes you across the Mario Cuomo Bridge, which as a car has like a fucking like my Easy Pass gets bumped like I don't know, like $7 every time I use it at least sticks, every single time. Good thing on that one, it's only one direction toll. I think the Manhattan ones might be two at this point. But like, you know what I mean? And so like even that bus was only like I don't know, $10 to $20. Like there's no way,
someone
there's
called the
no way it
police
would cost her
and
hundreds of
sent them to the
dollars to go
shelter and
see
said
her
that I
mom.
tried to harm myself when I didn't.
Again, even
So
if her
then they
mom
said
was like 40 miles, unless her mom's like 40 miles away, in which case a bus would never like. Do you guys know what I mean? I don't know how else to say it. Like, as someone who just took an Uber X, not a month ago, not even,
that I needed an evaluation to
just
come back.
about
They
as
suspended
far
me
as
for
someone
30
can,
days.
like
And they
30 to
said, get
40 miles for an
evaluated, come back, talk
airport,
to the
one of their
supervisor,
most
and
expensive
see if they'll
places
let
you
you
can
back. The
get
supervisor
taken
is not going
to.
to let me back. The
Because,
supervisor
the
was going to bring
people
up my
dressed
social
as cute
media and
Niggers,
lie
you know what I mean? Like,
and
you
say
kind of
that I
have to
was
dress me
filming
with
on
that.
property
So,
when I
like,
wasn't
the
because they tried
airport's
to
a
do
bit
that
more
before.
smart because,
She told me
dropping
don't
people
film,
off, paying
no social
gas,
media, and I
all
said I
that
already
good
knew
stuff.
that. I said I'm not going to. Then the
So, there's
security
no
comes up
way
to
it's
me
going to
and
cost
tries
her
to
that
say that
much
I
to
was
go see her
filming.
mom.
I said
Sorry,
no,
we're
I
on a
stay in
different
the back
topic,
until I
so
have to come up front to get
I
the shuttle.
apologize.
So then the security guard was okay, well be careful. And then they told me to go sit down after they searched my bag. So I say, here they go. They're going to use my social media. No. If I would have went back, they would have. I already know the situation. I'm not going to go back to have them tell me to my face that I can't come back because of my social media. It's
What?
not worth the time that I've already been through to know how that
They
was going
didn't
to go
say
down.
anything
I've
about.
already been through this
What are you
situation.
talking about?
There's
They
no
didn't say
point for me
anything
to go
about it.
back for them to say, well, you can't come back here. Your social
There's
media.
no point
That's
for
what it
me to
was.
go
Now they
back for
have
them to
this
say you
as a
can't come
reason to
back
use
here.
this as an excuse to claim that I was doing social media on property.
You are just so bad at hiding it. She actually thinks that there's a real green screen behind her, you guys. She has said that before instead of her those fake bullshit AI ones. And by the way, she hates AI so much. Hey, Tophia, every single time you do a stream, use a gallon of fucking water to use your stupid ass AI background. Fucking moron. So, like, obviously she is. She wouldn't need to hide where she, whatever. We all know that she is streaming right, not on property. She's streaming like right off the property, like as close as she can get to the property without being on it. Technically, that's why they're pissed at her because they're like, Tophia, like, just because it says 100 yards doesn't mean you can be 101 yards away and do a whole stream for 5 hours. Like, get the fuck out of here. Get off of our, you know what I mean? Like,
Because they saw
if
light
anyone
posts
wants
that
to
are
be doing
everywhere,
that.
not just in that area. Those light posts are everywhere. A light post trying to say, "Oh, you was filming on property because we seen a light post." Like they've been pulling this bullshit for years.
That's what I'm saying. Like they could see it because she really thinks there's a real green screen behind her, and she doesn't realize that it's fake and made by the application she's using. So yeah, that's amazing actually if you think about it, because she is literally referred to the green screen behind her. So it's an AI effect, and you're wondering why they can see lampposts and stuff. Like, dude, that's how they call it Dmitry Medvedev. In here, I'll show you guys. It's great. Just something to check out. This is an amazing documentary done by the Anti-Corruption Foundation in Russia. This is the English version. I strongly suggest you watch either the Russian version with subtitles, the English version with dub, or read the article in English. And what? But the article, some aspects of the video, you like the visuals aren't all in the article. But check this one out. There's also these are two amazing documentaries if you guys are into that. But anyway, my point was
They
they caught uh, Dmitry Medvedev at this, $400 million dacha, which he claimed. Daca? How do you guys say it in Russian? Dacha? Daca? Dacha? I'm not sure. It's Dacha. I don't know how you say it. Daca, maybe in Russian. Anyway, they're Russian summer homes, right? Be like if you had like a house at a lake or something or at a beach. Only his summer home happened to cost $400 million and be on a private mountain. So, that was a big thing. And they found out that one of the reasons they found out is because he would post on social media. And one time he posted on social media, there's a huge blizzard at his dacha, whatever. And the snow was like feet tall, because it's on this fucking mountain. There's no one else there. It's literally on a mountain, you guys. Like it is on a mountain. I think it's the highest elevation like building of that size in the entire world. Whatever. It's like its own ski resort. You guys would have to watch the video to understand the amount of money and opulence that these Russian oligarchs are dealing with. It is obscene. It is obscene. And the reason they caught him and found out was, first of all, because of a picture of shoes, which they then tracked the shipping of, a very specific set of shoes. And then another one, pictures at his dacha, and it was proven that it was his because of lamp posts that were there that were proven to have been installed at the dacha, and they matched identically, as well as bench placement near them and tree placement near them. Like the tree that he was comparing it to that had like Christmas lights and stuff on it, that was in the photo of it when there was no snow.
sit here
So
and try to use my social
you
media as an
can
excuse,
use
which has
that
nothing
as
to
a way
do
to prove
with
stuff
qualifying for anything. None
very
of these
easily.
housing
Like,
programs
see behind
require
you right
you
now,
not to have social
like
media.
if
That's
this
the
AI all
stupidest
of a
thing
sudden
I've heard,
stopped
because if that's the
working,
case,
we
then
can
people that have
already kind of
housing
see behind you. I can
should
see the
not be on
sky
Facebook scrolling through
or
Facebook
whatever
then.
that is. Like
That's
it's not.
literally having
I mean,
social
unless that
media.
is a fake background,
That's
I
the
can't tell
stupidest
because
thing I've
it looks
heard.
like it because of
And
the
if you
way. Yeah,
think
because
that I
your
was going to
arm
go over
keeps
there and they were going to let
disappearing,
me
but
stay there and that is just an excuse, you're
again, it's
just
just
as stupid
another
as
fake
Trump,
background
because
like
I'm
that
not
she
wasting
thinks
my
is
time.
covering
It's
her. I'm
BS.
sorry, guys.
I'm tired of being
I
moved
was
from
being
one
really
program to
calm. I
another
pause now. I'm
because they
like
keep
two to
making
one.
excuses.
I'm
How
sorry I
am I going to
paused
get
for
my
so
own
long.
place
But
when I can't even afford to live?
that
If I
part,
get a 9 to 5 job to appease you, I'm going to have to find a shelter
when did
that
you
will allow
appease
me to work
us?
so I can live there the rest of my life. Getting a 9
So
to
you can live there the rest of you guys. So you can live. So then you don't even plan on getting that house? What
5
do you
job
mean
is
live
causing
there
me
the
to be
rest of your
broke.
life?
Why would I want to live to paycheck and not be able to afford to live? I'm not going from one program to another to work on myself, to learn to go get a job and not be able to afford to live, you
Keep
must be
looking for 'em.
crazy. Why does
This
anyone
is
want to rush to
crazy.
go get a job to not afford to live? Not me. I'm not going to be making money
Dude,
for nobody
oh
just
my
because you need
God.
to go make
Again,
money
making
for
money
someone
for
else that
someone.
doesn't even
I'm not
care if
making
you can
money for
afford to
anyone.
live.
I work for
And if you think that is crazy, look up how
gigantic
many
school
people are homeless and
districts, you
have
know.
jobs and sleep
Our
outside. I let
goal is
someone make
not
a
to
video
turn a
saying that they
profit, I
work
can promise
a
you guys
whole
that. Our goal
12-hour
is to make
shift
people's
and
kids
show that the
not
outside
go
area where they
anymore.
go to sleep every night on the
And it's
sidewalk,
becoming
the
harder each
concrete,
year,
because
I
they can't afford
promise
to
you.
live. There are so many people on
Helicopter
TikTok
parents are
that go
back
to a
worse than
job that sleep out
ever
of their
because of
car.
social
So
media,
I don't.
constant contact they can stand with their kids.
That is
You know, like
definitely
my
not
mom can
happening at
stick up for
McDonald's.
me and
Not
shit,
only do
you
you
know,
have to
and
make
go to
three
bat
times the
for
rent,
me,
you have
but
to pay
not
first
for
and last
certain
month's rent
stuff
and
and let me
deposit.
hang out
They
to
want to
dry if I
ensure that you're making
stupid.
money. The way the system is set up is fucked. You know why the
So,
system is set up that way? People are blinded. They tell
but
you
you
to go
know,
run
one
get
or
a
time,
job
two
because that's what
times
the
a week
government
without
tells you.
someone
The
being
system
extra
is
harsh
fucked
on you,
because they
that's
want you to be
obviously
rich.
totally
They
fucked
don't
up.
want you
I
to make
mean,
money.
you
That's
and
why
that
there's
for
only
me.
1% of rich people. Try to even think about
But
making
today
money. You
it's
go to a job.
like I literally will see a kid with, I'm not even exaggerating, like 25 absences. And after 18, you're not even supposed to be able to get a grade in class. And then they'll get an absence letter. It's like 40 absences by the end of the year, and somehow they still like pass the class or like don't. Or some of them have to double up the next year. So like let's say they're 10th grade, now they're 11th grade. They're taking English 10 and 11 at the same time, which is wild, you guys. It's really crazy, like what devices and smart devices. Our school started the all-day cell phone ban, and I think it's a kind of a good idea, although I'm a fucking huge hypocrite. I'm on my cell phone listening to shit
You're
all the time
tired.
at work.
You don't
Anyway,
have time to
the
come home
point
and think
is,
about
I'm
starting a
not
business
making
or
money
running or
for other
creating a
people.
business
Schools are
or
in a
how to
business
become
to
rich.
profit.
You
Don't
don't
feel like
have enough time to
university
do a
students
business
look at
plan
me for
and come up with
profit.
something that's going to set you financially
Secondary
free. Why do you think they
institutional
call it a
stuff
graveyard
is
shift?
accreditation
Graveyards are for dead people.
is
So why are they
questionable.
calling it a graveyard shift? You're not a dead person. They're working
Call
you
it
to death.
graveyard shift
Haven't you
because
ever
it's
thought of
at
that?
night.
It's called
You're such a
graveyard shift. You're not dead. It's not
so
about being
okay.
woke.
So
It's
day
about looking
so
at the
only people on graveyard shifts die. People
world
on day
around you.
shifts don't.
Your zip code is
What are
the
you
reason why you can't
talking?
afford fresh produce. People don't seem to think that because
Your zip
people, this
code?
is not being woke. This is what, look around and
It's
look at
not
it,
your
right?
zip
And
code.
this
It's
is
your
another thing
it's
too that
your
people love to
location
assume. If you're
relative to
homeless in the
everything
streets,
else.
you're
Your
on
zip code
drugs.
isn't
Some of these people
indispensable.
have jobs. They're not on drugs. Some of these people work 9 to 5
Like the
jobs
zip
and
code
still
is
live
just
on
an
the street.
arbitrary
They're not
number
on
to
drugs.
describe a
Not a lot of these
location.
people
The
are refusing
location
help. People say, oh, they're
itself
refusing
isn't
help.
what's
No,
going
you
on
got a
there. You're
job.
not my
They're going to
business.
tell you you
That's
don't
just a
qualify
zip
for
code's
housing
just that
programs.
number.
They're going to tell you you make too
Oh, just
much.
because your
The
zip
system
code
is
is
designed for
X
you to
what?
not even survive. Housing used to be where they help you with some of the rent and you can't,
QRSTUV
even if you
like
have a
means
job.
that you have
This
no
is not
food
just
to grow your
wackadoodle,
food.
off
It's
the
like
brain
no, it's
thoughts.
because I
This is
live
not just crazy manic
38
episodes. If you go outside,
longitude
if you
west,
just
like
drive around your
42
city,
longitude
talk to
north,
some of
in
these
the
people.
middle of
Some of
fucking
these
Wyoming.
people are not on drugs
No
just because you
people and
assume
no
they are. A lot of these
vegetables.
programs like food stamps, people won't be able to get on food stamps if they have a job because food stamps is going to say
Okay, so this is true to an extent. When I worked at the, I want to address this because I have been on SNAP before and I've had Medicaid. I had Medicaid for a while. And when I worked at the deli, I got SNAP and Medicaid because half of it was off the books. So, I was still working at least 20 hours a week on the books, so they couldn't really do anything for me. Uh, then later on, when I was working, but it was only part time at a college, because I was only a part time employee, I didn't get benefits or anything. So I got food stamps still, as well as my SNAP, because I was only a part-time employee at the college, so I was not offered any benefits or anything like that. There was, however, one year when I worked at deli where for some reason, I don't know why, because my income didn't change at all, but they claimed that my income changed drastically, and so I had to start paying out of pocket for those monthly Obamacare premiums and a whole slew of other shit that I didn't have to pay for before I lost my SNAP too, or at least I lost a portion of it. The max snap you can get, at least here, at least for a single person, was $212. That's what I got for a long time. Just that, like that's all I got every month. That and Medicaid, so that I could keep going to my doctor and stay healthy because I have a bunch of medical stuff and like I go to the doctor at least two different doctors once a month, easily, and I have multiple medications that I have to pay for and stuff so that I can stay sane and working and not tumble back into addiction and hopelessness and uselessness like Tophia. So I have lost SNAP and Medicaid before from allegedly making too much, and that is true. And like it ended up costing me a shitload of money because my income hadn't changed, but all of a sudden now it's making like I don't know, like it's like almost 800 at the time. It's like $800 monthly like payments for it because I couldn't get the most basic Obamacare plan because it would have cost that actually would have cost me way more because I had to see all these doctors all the time. So I had to pay for like, one of like the mid-level, like silver kind of tier or gold kind of tier ones. And that shit was expensive. And then that was on top of every single copay and everything. That fucking like financially fucked me. I'll tell you that. But now that I have a full-time job with insurance, I mean, yeah, the insurance gets deducted from my pay and stuff, but I have great insurance because of the job I have, even though my pay sucks. Again, Tophia does
They
not
make too
suck.
much.
So,
Housing
sorry,
is going
I'm
to say they make too much. So housing
ruining
is
my
not going
timing again.
to, you can't get on
It's
housing if you
15
have a
minutes
job.
to
You
30.
make too much.
It's
Once
5
you
to
get a
3.
job, that's when your benefits
It's
cut
not that
off.
bad.
Your health care,
I speed it
food
up a little
stamps
bit.
cuts off. You can't get housing. The system that is set up
What
in
amount
place
did she say? I'm just curious.
just because you assume they
She just
are.
said
A
too
lot of these
much.
programs like food stamps, people won't be able to get on food stamps if they have a job because food stamps is going to say they make too much. Housing is going to say they make too much. So housing is not going to, you can't get on housing if you have a job. You make too much. Once you get a job, that's when your benefits cut off. Your
Again,
health
that's
care,
not
food
necessarily
stamps
true. It
cuts
depends
off.
how much
You
you
can't get
make
housing.
and
The
other stuff.
system
You
that is
could
set up in
definitely
place,
still
trust me.
get, even though I lost food stamps, you could definitely still get SNAP if you needed to, or I'm sorry, Medicaid if you needed to. You would just possibly need to pay through the market, through the Obamacare market. But depending on the state you're in, you might still be able to get Medicaid because in certain states, Medicaid you can get it making up to I don't know like 120 to 150% of the poverty line, depending on if you're single or married or whatever, if you have dependents and stuff like that. So.
I know. That's why
The poverty line's
I can't
very
work.
low though. The poverty line's like Tophia poor, like 10 grand a year, like 12 grand, you know what I mean? So it doesn't help everyone, but it can help some people. It wouldn't help me, unfortunately now, but it has helped me in the past.
I
Let's just say
literally
that.
can't work because of my
Where I lost
disabilities,
food
my things
stamps,
like
but I
that. I
didn't
can't
lose
physically work.
Medicaid, which
But
was
if I was to go
huge.
get a
It was
job,
huge.
then I would be on here begging
But
y'all
the
to help
time
me
I had
pay
to
my
make those
rent.
payments,
And
yeah,
y'all would say,
that
well,
was
why do you
horrible.
need help paying your
Like,
rent? You
because it
got a
was
job.
a
I got a
lot every
job,
month.
but
It was
I'm not
way more
making
than
enough to
my
pay the rent. Then
amazingly
you're going
good
to use me
insurance I
having a
get
job
now.
as an
So
excuse
it's
saying you're
very
spending
odd.
your money on dumb stuff when that's
But
not the
also,
case.
I'm in
You
a
don't even
state that
take
is
into
really
the account how much
underpaid.
bills are.
New
And
York,
bills
yeah.
are just not
Compare
rent.
New York
If I live in a
Medicaid
place
to
that's
West
not all
Virginia.
utilities
I've
paid,
seen
I
the
got to pay
videos. I've
utilities.
seen the
That's
documentaries on
but
it.
300 400 bucks depending
Uh,
on if you
where they
fit
can only see
into
a doctor
one
like
of those
once, maybe
programs
twice a
where you only have
year,
to
and they
pay
only
50
give them
bucks for
specific kinds
utilities.
of insulin
It
needed. Like
depends.
we're
If you can
using
qualify
insulin
for that program. If not,
for
you're screwed.
12 months.
That's a 300 four
Meanwhile,
hundred
my
bucks.
Medicaid's
Then I
paying
have
for
to get
like
a car because to get anywhere
almost
by
half a
bus is
dozen
30 minutes.
medications
And then I
for
have to get up
asthma and
extra
mental health
early just to get to my job
and all this
extra
other
early
shit.
on time
You know,
because
like
it's 30 minutes to get by bus anywhere.
in
So I get a
fact,
car.
now
Car insurance is not
with
free.
my
Then I got to
insurance,
register the car. That's another.
well, wait, let's wait a second before we start talking about car insurance now, since we've moved on from health insurance. But the bad thing about my insurance kind of, or the worst part, is I have copays, and some of my copays are quite expensive. One of my copays per month is about $100 for one doctor. Now it's because she's out of network, which is my own choice. Because if I wanted an in-network doctor, the doctor prescribes me a bunch of different medications for a bunch of different stuff. So instead of that, I would have to see like three different doctors just at that copay, and it might save me like 20 bucks. But adding two extra doctor visits a month on top of two I already go, like going to doctors four times a month, maybe sometimes five in that circumstance. I don't want to do that. So yeah.
So let's
It
take
ends
into
up
the
being
register the
a
car.
little bit more
Registering a car is
financially, but the stuff that sucks the most is my medications. The generics are cheap enough; they're like $10 or less. Some of them a little bit more, maybe certain asthma medication generics might be 20 or less, and the ones that aren't generic might be 30. But I have one medication as well that's always 30 each month. The good thing about my thing is my insurance is my copays are just what I pay. I don't have a deductible or anything. The bad thing though is I don't have a deductible, and I'm someone that would actually meet that shit like all the time. So
not free. You got to pay 300 bucks. So you got car insurance, you got
actually, that's not
electricity, you've
true.
got your
Now that I'm in
car,
my health
you
insurance,
got your car
because I
payments
use
for
a
anything for the car.
FSA,
So let's take into
and
the
I've been
account that
putting
I
a
have to pay my
thousand
phone
bucks
bill.
on it a year. I
Oh,
usually
my phone
finish
bill.
it
So
in
how
like
is my job going
April.
to contact me
So like
if
usually
I'm
a month or
off
April to
and they
May.
call
So
me to
usually
go
a
into
month or
work?
two
I got
before
to
the
have
end
a
of the
working
year. I
cell
upped it
phone
to
for my job to
1200
call me,
this year
and my
because
cell
of
phone is no longer going to
increase
be a
in my
necessity because it's
out
either a
of
roof over
network
my head or a cell
doctor
phone.
and
So what is
increase
it?
in
A roof over
medication.
my head or a
So
cell phone?
that
Buy my
comes
cell
off
phone. Oh,
my
and then
taxes, by
not
the way.
only is
If you
do I
guys
got to
don't,
take
if you
into the
guys
account the cell
can,
phone, there's
if you guys go to the doctor a lot, or even think you're gonna go to the doctor, like even if you think you're only going to go like 2 or 3 times a year, if your job offers like an FSA or an HSA, at least put like 100, 200 bucks on it. Just make sure you use it.
other bills. Now I gotta buy food because
Put less
sorry,
rather
what's
than
that?
more,
Oh, I don't
but
qualify for
like
these
you're
programs.
probably
And
likely
food
going to
boxes don't give
start
you enough
at the
food for a
doctor
month.
at
So
least
let's
like
just
once
start
a
there.
ship
And they give
amount
you
of
food that you have to buy other things to make
even
a
putting
whole
up
meal.
like
They don't give
60
you the
bucks
meat
on there.
sometimes, so you gotta buy the
Hopefully,
hamburger meat
I mean it's
yourself.
only a
You wanna make
60
spaghetti, they give you
taxes on
everything but the meat. Or
$60.
have
I
spaghetti with
shave
just
off
spaghetti sauce, no meat.
1200.
No
Isn't
cheese.
nothing.
Sorry, that's a luxury to have cheese on your spaghetti. Yikes. Oh, and then I gotta have money saved aside, which is gonna
Anyway,
be very
she's
hard for
back
me
to
to save
talking
money
about
in a savings account
She's talking about all the things that she will need in order to have money. Like her lot, she always puts the cart before the horse. She's like, well, the reason I can't do X, Y, and Z is because I can't do X, Y, and Z until I do X, Y, and Z so that I can do A, B, and C to help me with X, Y, and Z. I hope I'm like explaining this right. But she's basically saying like, well, I don't have any money and I would need money to put in a savings account, you idiot. And I would need money for insurance, you idiot. So since I don't have money for those things, I can't make any money to put in those things, you dumbass. That's her argument. So
If my car breaks
to her
down, I
on
don't got money to fix it. Car parts are
see, that's
thousands
the
of dollars.
problem. Like, okay, first of all, not all car parts are thousands of dollars. That's like, what are you talking Yeah, like if you want to replace the whole fucking thing, it is. Or your deductible is what it costs. When I got rear-ended a light last time,
To fix your
it
car,
was a fucking landscaping truck. They put a huge hole in my bumper, and that shit cost me 1,000. I got my deductible back for the first time in my life. But yeah,
it's thousands of dollars.
you
Mechanics
know,
do not work
it's like
free. I
2,400
know a lot of
bucks.
mechanics, right? I know some people
But
that would help.
Tophia, are you someone that needs to fix a tiny hole in their bumper for $1,000? Like, you know what I mean?
Stuck
Like,
in this
are
rat
you
race.
someone in that position?
I
And
don't
yeah, it
need
does
a learner's
compromise
permit. I've
the
went
bumper
driving.
and the
That's what you're not
compromises a little
understanding.
bit, but
It's not about a
she
learner's
can't afford
permit.
it.
I've already been driving. All I have to do is go
You
driving and
shouldn't.
then take the driver's test. It's not
You
about that.
shouldn't tell
Even if
people
I
that
was to get a
unless you're a
car, we
driving
have to take
lesson.
into the account how much it costs for a car. To keep a car running, to put gas in the car, gas is high.
Well,
You don't
yeah,
even realize that.
yeah,
I'm not going to
guess
take the
is
bus
high,
because if
but
I run late to work, then
you don't. Oh my God, she won't even. You guys, when I used to take the bus to work, if I missed the first bus, I would be late. So
I'm
like,
fired.
make
I
it.
can't
You
ensure
either
that the
go
bus is going to get me
early
there
or
on
you
time,
go
and I
late.
can't ensure a car is going to get me there
Those
on
are
time
the
because
two
of traffic.
options. Like you either show up early, sometimes an hour early, which is why I would show up late sometimes. This was and this was like I was using and shit too, so I don't really care.
There could be an
And
accident, and then what? Heavy traffic.
but
Like some of
sometimes
you got, it's
yeah,
not
traffic.
excuses.
Like
Look
the
at the
bus
way
would
the
be
world
scheduled to
is.
get
Just
there like
because
five
you
minutes before
think
my
you have it
shift started, but
easy,
then I was there
your
for
life
5
is
minutes
not easy.
after
You
because
think
of
you got it
traffic
made
and stuff.
together and you're so perfect, then I guess you're perfect. You don't got issues. I guess you can pay your bills
Yeah, I
without
guess
any
you're
issues.
perfect.
No one should have
Because
to, and this is another thing that I
I
want to say.
can't pay
No
bills
one
without
should have
issues.
to leave their state to afford to live. When someone says,
Why
well, why don't you
not?
just move here? It's cheaper. I don't know
That's why not? People, you're such a champion of immigrant rights. Do you know why immigrants, illegal immigrants, move to the United States? Sophia? It's because they are seeking better pay and a better life. And guess what? They move to places in the United States that provides that for them. They don't move to fucking Mar-a-Lago, and start having lunch with the president. God, you're so stupid. How do you? It's called globalization. Like people literally move from any country to another one where they think there's more opportunity for them. That's why we have illegal immigration. People wouldn't immigrate or emigrate, whichever direction you're talking about, illegally if they could make just as much money in their home country as they could in America.
that
Just
place. I don't know that
ignorant,
area. I
just
don't know
ignorant,
anybody there. Why am I
stupidity
going to move to a place I do not know just to be able
to make more money and to provide a better life for your family, just like every single other immigrant. But I guess Sophia now thinks she's better than every immigrant ever.
to afford to live? When I should be able to afford
And by the way, I just want to mark the time. I just said that was about 57.
to live in my city and state. I shouldn't have to go anywhere else to live. That's the
Yes, you
dumbest thing
should.
I've
Why
heard.
not? People have to all the time. Have you ever heard of the Oregon Trail? I bet you have because I bet you played at school like all fucking day instead of listening to your teachers. People literally emigrated west to seek better opportunity. They went there to seek gold, to seek oil, to seek work on gold and oil mines and fields,
Nobody ever say. You know why? Because everyone else in the world
railroad.
doesn't have to
Be
pay what we have
reliant.
to pay. Other countries have
You
health
don't
care
know
for everyone
shit about other countries' taxes. Trust me, I have to know a
that is
little bit
free,
about it.
whether you
My
have a
taxes
job or
aren't
not.
even
Other
bad
places have
because
cheaper
you had to
housing.
pay an
I
accountant,
could literally get a house for
like
300
a
bucks in
real
another country than
professional
here. And I
accountant
could
that
countries
specializes in
have
like
health care for everyone that
international
is free.
taxes and like expat and shit like that. I'm sorry, guys.
Whether you have a job or not. Other places have cheaper housing. I could literally get a house for 300 bucks in another country than here. And I could own that house. I could buy a house for so cheap and own it
Yeah,
that I
she
don't
has
have to pay
no idea
property
what she's
taxes.
talking about
You know
because
why?
where I'm at right now, we've been thinking about buying a condo, and it's like even here, it's like God, oh God, over $100,000. It's a pretty nice condo too, but I think it's like, yeah, over 100,000 US dollars still. Which I like, she's so stupid. She thinks 300 dollars. Tophia, go to the country with the best exchange rate ever, like Afghanistan or something like that, right? Where like their literal economy is like starving for dollars and inflation's at like a trillion%. You could go exchange your $300 for like a billion Afghani dollars, and you still wouldn't be able to buy a fucking house. Like you have no, dude. She has no concept. I'm literally overseas right now. Like me and my wife talk about retiring here. I've told you guys before. I'm trying to get her into the U.S. right now, and that's how I know. Like all the performative virtue signal bullshit that she talks about immigration and stuff. She knows nothing about it, and this is just more proof of it. Also, why is it fucking
Because
doing that
other
at all?
countries are cheap. Why would I want to do that? Why should I have
Other
to leave the
countries
country?
are, and also that's why people come to America though. Even though America is more expensive, they go there to. Why is it keep cutting off here? What did I fucking do? I feel like I zoomed in or something, like a weird way. No, let's not do that. Sorry, I'm gonna refresh this. It's like 36. And why should you have to do that? I don't know. Why should anyone? Literally, the entire world does it. I don't understand like why you think you're exempt from that. What you shouldn't have to move for better opportunity, but the entire world does besides you. Damn, now this my time is not good now. 36.22. The
Then
five
my
minutes.
mother, why are you just lying? It's like a halter and you just
Because
tie
we're
it
supposed to
like
be like
that.
that.
Wait till they hear my plan. Foreign cheap.
36.
Why would I want to do that? Why should I have to leave the country to do that?
Because a lot of people
And
do.
plus, I'm
It's
afraid of
called
flying.
emigration.
That's one
Oh, so
reason.
you're afraid of flying? So am I. I actually have a crippling fear of heights because my dad brought me up 110 stories in the air when I was a kid
Or
frequently.
you go somewhere because you
You have
get
no idea.
stuck out there and they
I
know you don't know the language.
whatever.
They'll take
Yeah,
advantage
I
of
don't
you.
know the
You get
language here,
robbed
but
out
don't
there.
take
There's a lot of
advantage
things
of
that
me.
can
Bro, you
happen.
can get robbed in
The
the U.S.
people
Sophia, you're worried about getting robbed in another country. Guess what happened to you in the United States? You got carjacked, your brother was shot in the eye, and your mom was shot in the throat. Do you guys feel safer in the United States after hearing that story, or do you guys want to hear a story about where I am right
need
now?
to
What's the
look up
worst thing I've
laws
heard
and
recently?
everything before they go to another country. Some
You
people don't
definitely
even look
should.
up the laws.
You
They
definitely
be
should. There was a
carrying things
video
that
about
could
people
put them in
recently, these
jail or
Italian
prison for years
kids
in
in another
another country.
country that were
And you don't want to spend
behaving
time
very
in
poorly.
prison
Have
in
they been
another
baited into
country.
saying certain
You
things?
don't know because the prisons
In
over
that
there in
country, they
America,
could have
they're
been
worse
sent to prison. Yes, they are worth prisons. You don't know shit about it, but I promise you guys I do.
prisons.
I have an
And you
idea
need
about the
to know
prisons. The
some of
foreign
the
country I'm
language
in.
where you're going to stay because if
I
things
know
don't
none.
know
I'm
any of the
terrible with the
language, they'll
language
take
here.
advantage of
I've
that.
tried speaking it.
They
I've
do.
tried
They
taking
take
classes. It's
advantage of
so difficult.
foreigners who
It's
don't
such a
know their way
fundamentally different
around.
language.
You're asking to really get robbed.
It's
And I
very
don't want to
difficult for
be
me. I've
stranded in a
tried.
country with no money, no identification.
You already have no money. You already have no identification because you talked about how you didn't have it to go vote, which is really fucking funny. You voted with no ID, and you had to vote with an affidavit ballot.
No social security card because all my stuff got stolen, no birth
You
certificate,
don't
and
have
I'm
any
trapped
of this
in a
shit.
country.
You might
Then
have a
I
social security card and a birth
can't come
certificate.
back.
You don't have an ID.
And then I don't
That's it. You didn't even, by the way, to even go there, you need a fucking passport. You're not even at the part where you can even leave yet. You still need
have
to get a
anybody out there that can
passport,
help me.
Sophia.
And to have money
Like,
sent, it's not easy.
that's okay. You have no, yeah, she has no clue how this works. You could use a credit card internationally. Mine charges me a 3% fee, which isn't ideal, but I mean, unless I spend 10 grand while I'm here, it's not a significant amount, like
If you're in
functionally.
America, when someone sends you money,
Um, Sending money here, the only difference is the way they make their money is the transaction or the exchange rate. Like instead of being like the spot, like you see on Google or whatever, they'll alter about like 1 to 3% for a company like Wise. Western Union alters it a little bit differently, but they're also and they charge a flat fee, which makes sending small amounts of money really shit, but large amounts of money it's like $2, so it's not
from
much
PayPal or
money.
something like that, it's easy. In another
She has no
country, you're out
idea
of
what she's
luck.
talking about.
And some
But
people
I send money
have
frequently to
probably
other
lived out of the
countries,
country and probably can prosper. I can't.
decent
In order
amounts.
for you to survive, in
She
order for
can, of course she could. Why she can't survive there? Why could she survive
you to
somewhere that's
live,
worse than the
you have
U.S.
to
that
have a
doesn't have
roommate that can
the
help you
type of
pay the
safety?
bill.
Like, how could she possibly survive where I am now when she can barely survive in the USA with all those safety nets?
And to be 100% honest, I'm not going to live with a roommate I do not know. Because that was another
Didn't she
stupid
have
thing
a
people
roommate in the
suggested. Go
other
live with a
video?
roommate. Jodi Arias. You
I
ever
thought
heard
Jody
of
has a
her?
roommate.
I
Yeah,
think
we've
it was
heard of
Jodi
Jody
Arias, the
Arias.
one who unalived her roommate. And what if my
No, that
roommate
wasn't
just up and
Jody
decides
Arias. Jody Arias killed her boyfriend. I think in New Mexico.
To leave and not pay her half
The reason she was so popular is
of the
because of
rent or
a
their
female
half of the
murder.
rent.
It was a sensational
Then what?
story,
I'm
and
stuck
also
having to pay
Jodi
the rent,
Arias
and
was
then I'm
crazy.
facing eviction
I don't
because
know who
someone
she's
else didn't pay
talking
their
about.
half. I'm not
She
gonna.
just talked about someone killing someone, and now they're worried about half their rent. I think they'd be more worried about the attempted murder trial.
Rely on people.
Like, hey, Rumi, do you have half the rent? Oh, you stabbed me? Well, you can get it to me when
You see the people that
I.
show up on Judge Judy, they're suing someone because they left them with half of the rent. That's mostly
No,
what a lot
Judge
of the
Judy
Judge
is some
Judy
pretty more
cases were.
too. Some of
I'm
them
not
are
putting my
actors,
living
but
situation, my
as
trust
much
in
as I
someone I
love
do
Judge
not know.
Judy, some
I
of
don't
them
want to live with someone I don't know. I don't feel
they've come
comfortable.
like some of them
Well, I'm
have
not
proven to
relying
be
on people
actors.
because
So
actually, to be honest, the places that I'm
she's
at,
not
I'm
lying on
comfortable with
people.
these
Because
people,
actually, the places
right?
she's in, and to
Because
be
there's a
honest, she's
difference. I'm
comfortable
not
with
with
people.
a random roommate and paying bills. It would be different. If I was paying bills and living with someone I didn't know,
Well, it'd be different if she was paying bills living with strangers, but since she doesn't have to pay bills living with strangers that stab people in the head, is
I'm
totally
not putting my trust. It's not excuses,
different.
LPS Galaxy. A
She's
lot of
fucking
you are
always so
probably
paranoid
underage kids
of
that
people
have your
stealing
parents pay
ashes
your
and her.
bills.
Because, like,
When
you
you
know,
get into
when
the
she
real world,
stabs
which I
someone in
said
the
this is a
head, they don't
21
want
plus
police
live.
to
I don't
stab
even know
them
why kids are in this live.
on the fucking
Kids are
police
trying to tell adults
on a
how the
police
world
body
works.
cam.
Just
Like,
because your
unbelievable.
parents pay your bills, you don't know how the world works. Some of you underage people need to get a
You have
job
no
and
idea
help
what
your
you're talking
parents. They're
about.
struggling, and you don't realize that.
Tophia,
Sometimes
your
some of your
mom is
parents don't tell
literally
you. And
struggling
I'm
to
not trying to go
breathe.
back and forth with a minor because
Your mom is literally struggling to breathe. She might be ashes soon, so why don't you worry about your mom being ashes? Because then you have to bury two. Actually, you might be lucky then. If your mom was ashes, then you wouldn't care about. No, she'd still make the excuse. Oh, I want to respect my mother's wishes. And instead of just scattering them like together, like even parts of them and holding on to the rest, she would still demand the thousands of dollars to bury them. But then she'd want to bury both of them, so it'd go up twice as
I
much.
don't argue with
So.
minors. Your parents don't tell you you're facing
I don't
eviction.
argue with
Some of
minors,
you could
but here,
probably
let
be
me
facing an
argue with
eviction
some
and you don't even know
minors
it.
for like
Your mom and
20
dad isn't going to tell
minutes.
you that.
How do you
Imagine
know
you having
that?
to go to school
Yes, yes, they do. There's plenty, dude.
and they want to
Okay,
stress you by telling
whatever.
you you're facing an eviction. Yes, I do
You've
pay my
seen
own
the
bills. I
what?
pay my
Like,
phone bill and I pay
so,
my storage. I
yeah,
do
they do
cameos.
tell
I've already got
certificates
cameo requests that I've
in your bill.
fulfilled. My cameos are open, so if anyone wants to request a cameo, please. I do
I
cameos. I
definitely
just
will
don't
request a
advertise it
cameo.
as
It'll
much
be
because
very, very
people send cameos if they want to. If
nice.
I say do a cameo, people are going to say, oh, you're begging for money.
You
And
are.
it's not even that. I have a cameo. I
You're
do
doing.
cameos.
You're literally thinking you're sly by mentioning it this way, saying I'm not telling people to do cameos because they tell me I'm just begging for money. But it's not just that. I have a cameo and I do cameos there, but I'm not begging you to go there. I'm just saying like if you want to give me money in exchange for a stupid video, I have a cameo.
It's open
I'm
if
not
anyone
begging
wants to
for money.
request. I have been doing cameos.
Feel free to request if anyone wants to request. I've been doing them, but I'm not begging you for money. Don't do
That's
it.
how I paid my bills.
Even
That's how
though
I
that's
paid
how I
my
pay my
storage.
bills,
That's how I
I'm
paid my
not
phone
begging
bill.
you
I
guys
do
to
have a
do a
bed.
cameo.
That was it. I just threw this shirt on, but I know I have my Hello Kitty pants on. I just literally said Haley that
Ew.
I didn't choose to go to a river and that
Again,
I
what
don't
a
have
great.
transportation to go see my
Again, I'll
mom.
just mention
The person who
myself here.
paid for
It's
the
a great
transportation
shot
had money to pay for the
composition. Once
transportation
again,
to go to
top
the
quarter of
river
the frame.
or lake.
Just nothing with
Sorry,
AI
lake. And
background.
I can't ask
Then
for
we've
someone
got
to take
Sophia's
me to go see
face
my
taking up
mom
an entire
because I would have
quarter.
to
In
pay
fact,
gas.
this
They
is
don't
more of
just
a
take people
third
wherever
of
they
the
want to
frame.
go. It's got to be for
This is like a
program
third of the
related
frame. This
stuff.
is
It's
like a
got to be for
sixth
shelter
up
related
here.
stuff, or it's
Or
got
this
to
is like
be if I have a doctor's
2/6 or
appointment.
something.
They're
And then
not
like
just going to
down
take me
here
where I
from
want
you
to
to
go.
here is like, yeah,
Shelters that
half. So
have
it's like
vehicles to
3/6,
take people like Joy Junction,
2/6, then
they just don't
1/6. Like
take you
that's
wherever
how
you
this
want to go.
shot
You can't say, hey,
composition
take me to
is.
California.
We've got her fucking head right here with tons of negative space on both sides. And then she's so large, we can't even see like both of her hands.
And they'll take
We
you.
only see her hand here because she's like gesticulating and moving it.
They
If she
only
was
take you
just
if you
sitting with
got
her
doctor's
hands in her
appointments,
lap, we would just see
or
a
they
giant.
only
Like we
take
would
you
barely. I don't even know
if
if we'd see
it
her
is
shoulder.
related to the shelter. Otherwise, they ain't gonna take you anywhere. Get ready for a date, but I don't have a date, so why would I do that? You don't even have to be in here, Nicole. You could just leave. Telling me, do I ever shut up? Do you? No. Bro, right? Is that guy that made videos pretending to date himself as a girl or whatever? Excuse me. Yes, I do have pants on. Why are you asking? I have my Halloween Hello Kitty pants on. Why would I come to a live with
She
no
has
pants on?
Halloween
That's
Hello
weird. But do you
pants
not
on.
see the orange? Look, like, hello. I had a nightgown on. I didn't have. Why would I have pants on under a nightgown? I don't
Yeah,
wear
why
pants
would you
under a
do that?
nightgown. It's a
Idiot.
nightgown. You're supposed to wear under a nightgown, not pants. Why
Wear
do I need to
pants
have
under.
any pants on? I have a nightgown
Stupid
on.
idiot.
If I have to leave the room for any reason, I have a nightgown on. No one's gonna look under my nightgown. I was in a room by myself. I had my
Just
own
use
room.
the word
I was
nightgown
not
5 times,
completely
4 times.
naked. Like that. That's weird. Do you know a nightgown is a long dress?
5.
Well, if they wouldn't look, then why are you complaining? I was comfortable enough because nobody's gonna look under my nightgown. There was no
6 times
men, so
nightgown
it would be
within
different if there was men,
one
of
month.
course. maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe I would wear something like that. Again, that's
It's
all
all
victim
it's all
mindset.
those it's all those goddamn men, like Mrs. Garrison says, or Ms. Garrison, excuse me. She sounds like Ms. Garrison from South Park, who is a transgender, by the way. All those goddamn men trying to look at my sniz, my snooze, my snatch. And it's like nobody's trying to look at Ms. Garrison because she's ugly as shit and sex weirdo. And Tophia like talks like her, like Ms. Garrison.
I don't want to get into that because that's saying, oh, I have to dress a certain way for men, and that gets into that shouldn't be a mentality of people. Women shouldn't
She's
have
like
that
Ms.
mentality
Garrison
because
from
they
South
tell
Park.
you that's weird. I know a woman could look, but why are they gonna look under my nightgown? It wasn't like that.
Yeah, why are women the only person that's and according to me, the only time I've ever been sexually assaulted is by a woman. Why would a woman
I
do
knew
that?
everybody. They're not gonna look under my
I
nightgown.
mean,
We
I
don't do
know
that
all of them.
there.
They're not
If
gonna
that
look
was
under my
something that was
nightgown. We
going
don't do
on,
that there.
we
Even
would
though
have
I
been
have a crush
exited. They don't
there,
allow any of
I
that there.
spy on
That
what
is
they've
not something that you
said.
can just
I
go
listened
do.
in on their
There are very strict
conversations to
rules. You
listen,
have to follow them.
like
No, I'm not letting people
there's
do on me.
rules,
They just
Chris.
think
You gotta
they
follow
know
them.
it and they don't.
Fucking
They think they
moron.
know everything. But anyways, the
You guys think
10%
you know
battery came up,
everything?
so I
You're
gotta get ready,
fucking
go to bed, and
stupid
charge it
idiots.
for tomorrow because I need to go get some sleep and go finish this episode of this show because it stopped working and then I just let it and then I'm gonna get back on and
Yeah,
watch it.
Netflix. Remember what she was
I don't
saying?
know. I
That like you
canceled
just told me
my
something
Netflix
earlier, and
subscription
it
and for
just
some
fell off.
reason it
There
continued.
you
It
go.
was supposed to have canceled.
How convenient. She said this last month about Disney Plus. I canceled it, but somehow it still continued. And Vocal pointed out very clearly, no, Tophia, it didn't just continue. You didn't cancel it until after the date you got billed on. That's what happened. You might not. I still don't even believe if you canceled either of them, by the way.
It is
You
literally
might
on
say
hold
that again
for.
another month. I don't know how it happened, but Disney Plus again got subtracted from my bank account. I don't know how that keeps happening. I canceled it 3 times now. Bullshit.
AM. No, I
God,
did cancel it.
if she had to
It
go
said
without
canceled, and it said what time
Disney
it was
Plus
canceling.
streaming or
But
like
then
a
it
streaming
continued,
platform, she's
and I
like
didn't. And I
next
don't know. I
24
didn't
hours
pay for it because I didn't
she'd
have the
lose
money.
her mind.
If I didn't have the money for my phone bill, what does that even mean? Can't pay for internet or Netflix because
That's
Netflix is
embarrassing.
important. I gotta pay for my phone. This is where I make the money for my
Yeah,
bills.
this is where she makes her $11.
Cannot work. That's another thing
Nice.
that people seem to forget. When you're in certain shelters, you're not allowed to work, especially if
This
you're
is
working on
not true.
yourself. What's the point
Shut
of
up.
running
This
to
is
get a
not true
job
of
that I'm
what
not
she
going to be
did. I
able to
promise
afford?
you.
You don't understand how some of these places work. You get a job, they're going to say, go pay rent. You want
Yes,
to get
they
a job, go
will.
pay rent. You
They'll
got a
say, give us
job,
a certain amount of your money, discretionary spending, and we'll let you save the rest.
they're
I
not going to
promise
let
you
you
guys,
stay
that's
somewhere
over.
rent
They're not
free. They're
taking
going to
all
say
of
you
your
got to
money.
pay rent. You're living
They
here,
take a
you're
very, very
working, you
small
got money coming
percentage,
in, you're not paying
like a
no rent.
token
What are you
amount,
doing with that
essentially,
money?
just to
I'm not going
prove
to spend
that
it all,
you
mind
are
you.
capable of
But even if
setting
I
aside
saved it to
money
go get
for
a place, I
renting
still wouldn't be able to
expenses. So,
afford next
basically,
month's rent. These places will not let you live rent free. They're going to tell you, oh, you want to go to work? Then go
she said
pay
that
bills
three
elsewhere. Go
times.
leave. You want to go to work? Go. Find a place to live because you're not going to live here rent free. I'm an adult to a certain extent, but when I got to follow the rules. There's
I'm an
no, I'm going to do what
adult
I want.
to a certain extent. She doesn't even consider herself a full. You guys, she doesn't even look at herself as a full adult. So what are we supposed to think of her?
Because I'm an adult. I do what I want, and I already know I'm going to be put in a situation where it's not
Oh,
safe.
I'm an
I'm
adult. I do what I want. There's a great quote in The Sopranos where Meadow Soprano is, "I'm 18. I can do whatever I want now." And Carmelo Soprano says, "You're right. You are 18. You can do what you want, but doing what you want is for babies. Just getting what you want is for that's what babies do, you know? Adults are able to discern what they do and do not want and control their emotions, you know? Babies get everything that they want, need, and cry and ask for it, not adults.
be under a bridge.
Adults,
I'm
if
not going
you're
to be
an
able to afford
adult,
to
you're
live. I'm going
crying,
to have my
screaming,
job, not be
begging,
able
and
to go get a
sniffling,
shower when I
you
need to go to
don't get
work.
whatever you want.
What am I going to do
Not
with
a
all my
baby.
belongings? Put it in storage? Then I have to trick.
Get a locker at a gym, get a Planet Fitness subscription for $20 a month, buy a master lock, put that motherfucker on your lock, put your clothes in there,
Check
and
to
you can go to
storage
work.
every single
They
day
even have a
just to get
shower there too. They even have a shower there that you'd be able to use, which is wild. I know for
my
you, but
personal stuff because I cannot trust leaving my personal belongings
just gave you an
somewhere. I
excuse.
can't camp somewhere and then have who's going to watch my stuff when I go to work? I'm going to tell my mom, hey, mom, you got to leave the shelter and come live with me in the streets because you got to watch my
She
stuff.
is not above doing that, and that might actually happen. She's not above it. She's not above it. She'd rather make her mom homeless than get her
And
own
I can't
place.
watch her
I
because
swear to
she's going
fucking
to be in the
God,
heat.
guys,
That's
that
the
might happen.
dumbest thing ever. Hello? I'm not
That's
putting myself
crazy.
in that position.
The fact
Anyways,
that that
guys,
might
I
happen
got to
is crazy.
go.
This is
Whether you
longer than
think that it's
she
just
said.
excuses or not, maybe you really
It's a
need to look at
test of how
society. Walk amongst your homeless people and ask them
still taking
questions.
what
They'll
Chris
really
said
tell you
too.
what's up. They're not
Sorry,
denying
guys.
the help to get housing. They're not denying anything.
He's not.
Most of those people you'll be surprised will tell you they have a job. You'll be
Well,
very
yeah.
surprised. Anyways, have a good day or night. What you guys are. We'll see you guys later. I gotta
My
get ready
pause
to go
is
watch the show,
always
you guys.
too long.
Good night.
Two
See you
pauses.
later. I gotta go. Bye.
Don't forget to
Anyway,
subscribe
yeah.
for more.
Once again, she can't get a job because then she'll have to pay rent. You know, like the rest of the world. Um, or the shelter she's at will just ask for a token amount. I promise you guys that's what it is. They're not demanding her to pay, you know, like full rent price that you would somewhere else. They're asking her for a small amount while she gets back on her feet to prove that she's capable of it, and then they're gonna kick her out when she's saved up enough money, you know. But Tophia is incapable to. I'm sorry, I'm lying. She's really financially literate. If you guys remember, she was really good at saving because in high school she almost saved $400, and then her dad took out that almost $400 to start 4 businesses. Apparently, starting a business only costs $100. So anyway, once again, Tophia is terrible. She's crashing out like crazy right now about a lot of different subjects. Like, she thinks her mom's gonna die still. She's super paranoid. She's still talking about people stealing ashes and brainwashing her and like doing all this crazy shit to her. She's literally out of her mind, you guys. I don't. I'm not joking when I say that. I truly think she's schizophrenic, schizoaffective, schizotypal. Like, she's out of her mind. She's super paranoid about insane things, like people like grave robbing the remains of a stranger, and it was just like it's just so weird. The government planting thoughts in her head, or like, you know, last time it was a teacher brainwashing her into voting for Mitt Romney because she somehow didn't recognize looking at the ballot Barack Obama, the only black person to ever be president, and I'm a person of color. Maybe I'd want to vote for Obama instead of Mitt Romney. She voted for Mitt Romney in a state because she claims a teacher brainwashed her. So anyway, that's it, you guys, because right now this is already 30 minutes longer. So I'm gonna stop here. Have a good one, you guys. Take it easy.